Straight up. We live. Man, I'm your host, Mac. This is Elaborate. We back. Straight up. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, man. You know what I'm saying? New Year's on the way. But I got special guests in the building. You know how I get it. I got to get to my notes, man. Nigga getting old, nigga. He a God-fearing man, a businessman, artist, designer. He got that Aggie pride. And he the Mr. Trombone man. MICAH Patton in the building.
What's good?
Elaborate.
Straight up, man. It's good to see you, man.
Yep, always, man. Good to see you
Straight
too.
up. I like to see you on your artistry. I like to see creators create. I like to see people like my people's getting their bag, like Steve Cook and you know what I'm saying, Wayne with the audio. It be lit.
Yeah.
Hunt with the clothing. I like seeing all of that, man. Thank you for coming on.
Of course.
Straight
always.
up.
You know we go back.
Oh yeah, we definitely go back, man.
Go back.
People got a short attention span, so I want to start with the brand. Tell them about the brand. Tell them where to find the brand, and so where they can go shop.
Yeah, no problem. Pretty much the brand is almost like my my lifestyle. I would say my life, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's kind of ranging for. It's like I kind of created it like as an umbrella, kind of like how Polo does it with the Polo, and then they have the branches of like Purple Label and stuff.
Yeah.
So you got like the name MICAH Patton is pretty much the brand. Then you have the Name Above collections, which is more or less for Jesus and all my believers out there, all my Christians and everybody. And then you have my Aggie stuff for my Aggie Pride, all the HBCUs as well. Those are coming soon, so be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
What else? And then I have my shoot, I almost can't remember. I do so much stuff now. Then I have my own. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Then I do custom work too. So I got the sneakers. Just I try to dabble in a little bit of everything from the art.
Yeah.
Trying to get into music too. So
straight up.
Yeah.
What you gonna do in music, man?
Try to actually write.
Straight up.
Yeah, I used to write poetry here and there, so I'm kind of like trying to throw that back into there, put that back in there.
Okay, that's hard.
Yeah. You know, we got that music background, so it's kind of hard to leave it.
Oh, for sure, man. Where can they find the brand? Where can they buy it?
You can go to my website. You can go all my social media at MICAH Patton. The website is micahpatton.bigcartel.com. MICAH, MICAHPATTON.bigcartel.com.
Fire. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's I want to give the people your background. I know a lot of people watch, a lot of people don't know you like I know you. So let's get the background, man. You grew up?
Yeah, grew up, born and raised, U City. You know how it is.
Straight up, shout out to the Lou.
Straight up. Class of 99. Grew up St. Louis, pastor. My parents were pastors. In fact, what I found out even more, it's been pastors all throughout my family, like grandfathers, great-grandfathers on both sides.
Both your parents were pastors?
Yeah. Well, I should say they first ordained as ministers. Then I know my mom became a pastor and my dad later on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think I knew your father was.
Yeah.
I never knew your mother was.
In fact,
wow.
Yeah, in fact, my great aunt, which is my grandfather's sister, is the bishop of our church.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been.
You got the lineage.
Yeah, pretty much. I ain't a pastor though, but
right.
you know,
yeah.
I had to do something. So
yeah, man. Okay. Grew up in U City all the way through high school.
Yeah, through high school. Raised in the church and everything. Then after I graduated, went to A&T, North Carolina A&T State University. Graduated, marched in the band there. So I marched in the band at U City.
For sure.
You know that. Marched at A&T, played trombone, went there, graduated, 2004. After that, started looking for jobs and all that type of stuff. And then it wasn't until, I want to say 2006, when my son was born, where I really started getting into the whole creative thing. Now, mind you, I went to A&T for visual arts graphic design, so I got the degree to kind of back it up. But I remember, my one of my professors said the hardest thing after you graduate was to keep the motivation, like inspiration. So he says, do whatever you need to do to keep inspiration around you and everything like that. So I started I used to tear out fashion pages. I used to go to like your Walmart or your bookstore. I'd literally be stealing, tearing out the magazines of like dope looking fits and stuff like that.
Right.
I put them in my garage.
Really?
Yep.
Straight up.
For inspiration.
Studying.
Pretty much. And then in part of college though, my dad bought me I remember begging him, and he bought it for me, airbrush kit. Everything, paints, airbrush gun, the compressor. So I started doing that to get a little bit extra cash around.
Yeah.
Then after I graduated, put that when about 2006, kind of jumped back into that because I graduated in 2004. So 2 years. Son was born. Was like, okay, I need to really focus on doing what I want to do. Started airbrushing again. That slowly picked up, but didn't have a website and nothing like that yet. So it was kind of just dry here and there. People, oh, can you put my name on a T-shirt or face and all that type of stuff. So I started doing that. It wasn't until probably, now this, mind you, I moved from Greensboro, what was that, 2005? Yeah, to Columbia, Missouri. 2008, excuse me.
Oh, so you moved back to Missouri?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back.
Yeah, go ahead.
What made you choose A&T?
Funny.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You had the Bluff.
Yeah, I know. All that.
Jack State was very hot at the time.
Yeah.
You feel me? The Bluff was very hot at the time as far as band-wise. Like, why A&T?
Funny story. And I remember people used to ask me that considering I'm from St. Louis because I'm like the only dude from St. Louis in A&T. And they'd be like, how did you hear about A&T?
Yeah.
Funny. I had a subscription to Slam Magazine.
Okay.
So shout out to Slam Magazine.
Okay. Shout out to Slam Magazine.
Shout out to Slam Magazine.
Okay.
They had a whole article.
They used to sell them sprint shoes in them.
Sure did.
Oh, man.
Sure did. But yeah, they had a whole article how this HBCU went to the Sweet 16 one year.
Okay.
And funny, they had the Jordan endorsements on the jersey and everything. So I'm like, what black school got Jordan endorsing them, sponsoring them? What's going on? Looked them up. Was like, okay, they're a small school. Pretty cool school and everything like that. Wasn't really they were the last on my list.
Straight up?
Straight. First on my list was Prairie View A&M, then Tennessee State. Then I want to say it was, what was it, Syracuse? I think Syracuse University. It was a couple other little schools in there. And A&T was number 6.
Wow.
Yeah. How I ended up going there. So we visited probably every school on my list just about. Seen Prairie View, seen Tennessee State, seen all of them. My mom was like, spring break of my senior year at U City, Mom was like, let's take a trip. This is the weekend before spring break ends. So I'm really like, nah, this is my last. Parties going on, people throwing parties. I'm trying to have fun. Mama like, no, you got them on. We would just make it quick. We're going to go there, check out the school, come right back. Hopped in the van with my mom, my aunt, my sister.
In Georgia, Carolina? I took a trip to South Carolina. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It ain't around the corner, cuz. It is not around the corner. It's a drive. It ain't even a drive. It's a mob.
It's a quest.
It's a quest. Yeah. It's got some Indiana Jones mountains in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're going to go through some mountains. Crazy. Beautiful if you go at the right time.
Yeah.
But it's a wild drive. Yeah. Y'all drove all the way down there?
Drove all the way through. We went through.
Before Google Maps?
Yeah. With that whole map quest, you print them out, print out the directions on MapQuest.
Man, shout out to Miles and them, man. Like, what?
Yeah.
With the MapQuest? You know how hard that is?
With the MapQuest.
Dog, that's hard, dog. Y'all know y'all think it's easy. It's not what you think it is. Like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we get there, get to the hotel, whatever, late, like early in the morning. My mom was like, all right, we're going to wake up, go to school, and just get information, see what we can get. Mm-hmm. We get there, never forget this moment because this is really what sold us.
Okay.
We get there, go to the admissions office. It says black woman there, and she's dressed up and everything. And it's like us and like 2 other families there. Mm-hmm. And she starts saying, okay, what's your name? What's your major? What's your information? So she's going down the list. She gets to us. So then she's like, all right, let me get I remember, never forget this. She said, let me get my tennis shoes on and I'm going to take you on a tour. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, cool. She's walking us around, and I'm telling you, we took many tours, and they give information like, oh, this is such and such, such. But I'm talking about, she was like, oh, this is Gibbs Hall, which was founded by da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
She giving the history out with it.
Yeah, everything, like every little bit was in there, the majors, everything like that. So we're like, okay, get done with that. Now, mind you, we weren't expecting to meet anybody.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, she's like, we stop off at the engineering building. She's like, okay, well, let's go in here because one of you guys was engineering. Take a look around, blah, blah, blah. We'll see if we can get somebody to talk to you. So you're like, okay, we looking around like, wow, that happened. That's wild. That's great. Lo and behold, it did happen. So they go in there. We waiting in the lobby with everything. We looking at the school because we still just looking around like, okay, cool. Campus was, I'll be honest, out of all the HBCUs back then, this campus literally had grass and trees. Like we were like, yo, this looks nice.
Yeah.
So mind you, we walking around, we kind of stopping off at each person's building that they're majoring in. So we get to, at the time I was a business management major.
Okay.
Hence I wanted to be a businessman for my own business and everything like that.
Exactly.
They ended up changing because I didn't make the cut. The classes told me you ain't ready yet.
Straight up.
You ain't ready yet. It's a class called statistics that I barely passed, and I'll never get the professor told me, just to let you know, there's another statistics class you got to take later on. So you may want to really look into this. And I was like, yeah, let me change my major.
How deep into this? Okay, we're not gonna get off track.
Yeah. So anywho, stopped off at the business building. Next thing you know, she was like, well, let me see if the Dean Quester Craig actually just passed away this year.
Wow.
Crazy, yeah. Anyway, she's like, let me see if he's available. We go in his office, secretary, like, oh no, he's in a meeting right now. He has another meeting literally right after. So she's like, okay. Right when we getting ready to actually walk out the door, he opens the door, ends that meeting. So a guy comes out, and all of a sudden she's like, hey, Dean Craig, you have a moment. This family drove all the way from St. Louis, just want to talk to you. He's interested in coming to A&T, blah, 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 blah. And so the secretary's like, well, sir, you have a meeting, like, really right now. He said, push that back. Y'all come on in. We go in. He sits down with us. We're talking what's needed, you know, how the courses will look, the course load looks, scholarships, everything like that. Cool. So we like, oh, wow, we didn't expect that, but okay, cool. So next thing you know, we're headed to the band, where the band room is. We head there, literally just wanted to take a look around.
Right.
As we come in there, Dr. Hodge, rest in peace, Dr. Hodge, but Dr. Hodge comes walking out, headed to lunch. She stops and, Dr. Hodge, hey, I got this family here that came out from St. Louis. He plans on marching in the band. You got a quick moment? He said, well, I have lunch, but go ahead, let's go into my office. We go in his office, start talking.
Right.
He's talking scholarships and everything like that. Then next thing you know, after that, pretty much met with him. Then we went back to the admissions building. She pretty much gave us, food cards or cars to eat at the calf free. Now, mind you, we visited probably 5 other schools before this, and we would have to pay.
Wow.
Like pay for the tours and everything like that. Like almost pay for like a whole. They feed you though, but you pretty much pay for it.
Right.
So this is the first time we like. Yeah. They just giving us like.
Yeah, they're treating you like a recruit.
Man, exactly. So we eat there. So we go back to the hotel, and we kind of talking about it. We kind of like, whatever. We get back to St. Louis probably like that next week. I'll never forget. My mom came in my room, was like, hey, so what do you think about A&T? And I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of like, I think I may want to go there now. And she was like, yeah, I kind of feel the same way too. I think that'll be it. So
straight up,
bam, yeah.
And that was A&T.
That was A&T. There's the story.
What?
Yeah.
And then you say you started going for business management.
Yeah.
And then you switched the major. Yeah.
So funny. Right when we were there, I won't even say it was even that day. My mom was like, "Why you want to major in business management? Why don't you major in something you already got talent in, like music or art?" And I was like, no, I want to, I want to learn how to manage my business first, and then, successfully, then I can get into all that stuff later. Lo and behold, I end up doing what she, said in the beginning. So I want to say that was my sophomore year. Yeah, beginning of my sophomore year, I took that statistics class and scraped out of there with a C-.
What was so hard about statistics? Like, how deep does it go?
Deep, man. Like, I'll put it like this. It's like, the first part I remember was probability, like pretty much kind of how to gauge how a business is going to go and stuff like that. That was actually pretty easy to understand.
Right.
But it got into some other stuff. I'll be honest, it was like looking at Chinese, man. Like, I was just like, this is how bad it was. I would go, after class, I would literally go to the professor's office and say like, hey, I understood some of that I didn't understand. Can you help me? He would give me like a little tutoring session.
Right.
So I understand a little bit more, but I'll say probably like out of every test, I probably failed at least half.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was just
Statistics wasn't it.
Yeah. So I was like, and then you talking about it's a harder course, like it's still more, and I'm like, yeah, nah.
Yeah,
let me look into this. Let me look into this. So changed my major. Yeah, and it was. I ain't gonna say even art wasn't easy peasy because some of the professors were on it. Like I will say it was a little bit more lenient as far as you didn't have to come to class. But like, oh, you need 3 projects by the end of the semester. I don't care where you do them. I already seen what you're capable of doing, so he already knew like our level of artistic creativeness.
Right.
So he was like, "Don't come up with no like." Literally, I never forget. He's like, "Don't come with no BS."
What?
Yeah.
What was so hard about art? Okay, 3 projects. What would those 3 projects be? Whatever you want them to be, or
yeah, for his class, it was studio art. It was whatever you wanted to be.
Okay.
But because we had to so each art student had to submit for the what was it? The art, pretty much like art contest.
Okay.
That was submitted actually in our art gallery at the school.
Right.
So your stuff would be hanging up with the rest of even well-known artists in the school. So
is this strictly paintings or
just anything? You could be photography, mixed media. Like if you had some, even stuff like you got that back there, like stuff like that. Anything, pretty much anything artistic you can have in there.
Okay.
Funny, a guy, my friend Teddy, he won that one year. He actually did photography. Probably one of the only few that did photography, and actually won because it was a contest too. So you got a prize and everything.
Right, out of all the students.
Yeah, out of all the students.
This major.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but yeah, he would. So the teachers would look at your level of skill, like, oh, he's really good with drawing on pencils or painting or oil painting or watercolors or graphite or graphics. They'll look at you and see what you doing, because this is, mind you, this is outside of class.
Right.
So you're doing stuff outside of class to submit for these contests. So they looking at that saying, okay, I see what level you on. So when I get them in my class and I'm gonna do a little teaching and stuff like that, I know what you're capable of doing. Okay. So don't come with no stick figure here and there as a little quick sketch and think like, oh yeah, it's easy. Like, nah. And I'm talking about I can't think of his name, but he graded tough, like tough.
What?
Yeah, tough.
Did you hear about? I heard a Chinese man bought a banana for like millions of dollars that was just on the paint, and then he bought it and he ate it.
Now that's wild. That's wild.
It's people out here that got too much money. I don't know how true it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. Hey, I was just scrolling, cuz. I was just scrolling. I don't know. But, okay, so you graduate with the art.
Yep.
What next?
So
this when real life kick in.
Yeah, this literally
when the tire meets the road.
Yep. I remember I was there working I was working at Panera Bread.
Okay.
Working there. What happened after that? In fact, I worked there, and then I don't remember 401 operators. Got 401 phone. I was one of them too. So I was working Panera and being a 401 operator.
You was doubling up.
Yeah, I was trying to get the cake, man.
So the art wasn't getting no love.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. Well, I can say this: it was here and there, but fresh out of college, it was like there was no really social media wasn't really hitting like that. Like I think back then, what was it? College Club was out.
Yeah, MySpace was probably just starting.
Yeah, because that was on the verge.
Black Planet was definitely popping.
Yeah.
But that niggas went on there for no engagement or networking.
Yeah.
You networking with women. They weren't trying to network with nothing else on Black Planet.
Exactly.
But
I remember Black Planet. So it was not too much you can do to advertise to get out there besides word of mouth. So you just kind of like mind you, I was pumping it at the jobs. Like, yo, you need anything? Need some airbrush? So I got a couple of little stuff here and there, but nothing to be like, all right, let me quit these jobs. I got it.
Right.
But it wasn't until when was it? Because after I was working those 2 jobs, then I ended up moving. I got a job at State Farm.
Okay.
Shout out to my boy Greg.
Okay.
Greg Meek.
Shout out to Greg.
Greg
man.
Meek, yeah, he hooked it up.
Straight up, legend.
Hooked it up. You see the legend.
Yeah.
You see the legend. But anywho, hooked up the job at State Farm because he was working in Columbia, Missouri.
Okay.
So moved back to Columbia. Mind you, at the time, my son's mother, girlfriend, she's pregnant. So he was like, all right, about to start this family. I got this career job. I'm good to go.
And they moved to Missouri with you?
Yeah. We was all in Columbia together. And that's when I remember we was in an apartment. And I was like, you know what, let me get a garage so I can have somewhere to work.
Okay.
And that's when I put the airbrush stuff in there, started working, doing stuff. And that was okay. Got a little bit more buzz, if you want to say, with a lot of coworkers. I kind of started dabbling into doing the customizing sneakers and everything like that. So that kind of worked out with that. But it wasn't until me and my son's mother separated or broke up or whatever. So she moved back to North Carolina, back to Greensboro. I wasn't gonna be without him, so I moved back.
Okay.
Right when I moved back, I'm just focused on, I got a kid to feed, so I need a job. So pretty much to kind of shorten up the story, moved to Raleigh, North Carolina. Got a job with, who was I with? Fidelity Investments. Great company, great people.
Right.
That's probably when I really started picking up, doing more and getting more buzz.
Okay.
And by then, I think Facebook, MySpace, I think MySpace era kind of already came and went during some of that time.
Right.
But yeah, Facebook kind of picked up, and that's when I was really like posting heavy, like, I do logos. And I never forget, I did a couple of logos for friends. That was getting the extra pay, doing logos. And after that, I think that's when, doing that for a while, on and off. But then when I moved to Charlotte, 2015? That's when I was like going deep.
For my art people, how much did you start charging for logos?
Beginning?
Yeah.
Probably around 100, 150, maybe 200.
And this was in when?
This was 2007, 2008, 2007.
Wow.
2008. Yeah.
So you see some of y'all out there charging it now. Inflation.
Yeah.
And it went up.
Yeah.
But wow, okay. So
yesterday's price ain't today's price now. Yesterday's
you
price.
was taxing?
Yesterday's price.
What? Yeah. That's crazy. Okay, so you're doing the logos.
Doing the logos, getting some feed off of that. That's probably what really kind of kept me afloat with art. At least still doing stuff.
Right.
Until 2015. I met up with my boy Derek, who's been doing art. He went to A&T with me. He lived in Atlanta. And he was in the process of doing T-shirts with the vinyl and everything. So he was like, yo, you need to get on this. This like the new wave. Not too many people doing screen prints anymore. Because screen print was expensive. You either had to do a whole lot to get a good price, or it's probably, or you paying a whole lot of money just for a bunch of colors.
Right.
Because each screen was like a color. So yeah, it was unless you're doing a lot of quantity, it ain't worth it.
Right.
So he was like, yo, I'm gonna show you some stuff. Drove down there, kicked it with him. He basically teaching me the game. Right. Like, yo, this is what you do. Put it on here, put it in this heat press it, boom, boom, boom. He was like, all right, sold me his heat press. Okay. So I ended up having to buy a cutter and vinyl. And that's when it just started taking off.
Now, okay, the heat press. Now we finished this for my artist people, because like I want to get your story, and I want to help the people out there who were you, because there's a lot of them out there. I see them all the time. They start and then they stop. They start and then they stop. I understand it's a struggle, but the heat press. How many T-shirts can you get out of heat press? Don't you got to buy a screen for it or something? Or
no, see, that's screen print. Okay, you're taking the screen print. So the heat press is just basically a pallet that produces heat, like up to high heat, like up to 400, if not more, temperatures to heat the vinyl on there to secure it on your T-shirt. Okay, the vinyl. Yeah.
So these are vinyl sheets. Yeah. And you can only use them once?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, because once you put the vinyl on there, it's like
on the shirt.
Like this is vinyl, pretty much. Okay. So, yeah, once it's on there, it's on there.
How much them cost?
Vinyl depends. You can get So I'll teach y'all some game.
Yeah.
So
put us on game.
Yeah. So where I go to get my like wholesale, we say wholesale vinyl in a sense. Heat. I can't even think of it. Shoot, I'm gonna have to get my phone out. I can't even think of it. But if you go online, it's like wholesale heat press, wholesale. Heat transfer vinyl. Okay. That's what's called, heattransfervinyl.com or heattransfervinylwholesale.com. And if you go there, you can get like for instance, if you went to like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, right, you probably paying, we'll say like $20 for like maybe 3 feet. And I'm getting probably $30 and I'm getting 15 feet. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. But Heat Transfer Vinyl, check them out. Good peoples. They quick to ship too, so you'll get the stuff like next day, if not 2 days.
And the logo's already on the sheets.
No, you have to. That's what you need the cutter for. Oh. Now I know what you're talking about. You're talking about direct to film. Now direct to film, yeah, you send them the design. They'll put it on the sheet for you to heat press. Yeah. Okay. They do that too. Okay. They do that too. So yeah.
Which one you like best?
I don't know, because I'm more hands on.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people I know that's in the fashion game making their own stuff. They kind of got manufacturers. Yeah, pretty much drop ship or manufacturers doing their stuff.
Yeah.
They get the stuff back. I'm more hands on. I kind of like to create it. So I like them both, to be honest.
Straight
Can't go
up.
wrong with both.
How do you determine which one you're going to use on what?
I'll say this. Depend on how many colors. If it's maybe 1 or 2 colors, I'll probably use the vinyl. If it starts getting like 3 or more, I'll go do the director film and design it.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Boy, he's dropping them gems, dog. He's dropping them gems.
I'm just saying. Trying to help y'all get y'all. I mean, it's because it's competitive. But I look at everybody, everybody can eat because everybody not doing the same exact thing. Everybody not producing the same exact designs.
Yeah. People buy, man.
Yeah. So.
People buy, man. I think a lot of it boils down to marketing.
That's it.
That's like the hardest thing. It's expensive to promote and market. And that's where people lose it.
True.
Because you got to spend a lot of money, dog.
Yeah.
These people spend a lot of money on marketing. Like, I remember when I first heard like some of the budgets that these companies have for marketing a year. I'm talking about like $15 million for marketing and promotion. Like, are you crazy? When you just a creator in your crib, you like, man, how am I gonna get that type of marketing? Flat out. Or how am I gonna compete with, like, you know what I'm saying? What's gonna make this person want to buy this versus this?
I say a lot of it is your marketing. I would say social media helps a lot with it because it's be honest, social media is kind of like free marketing.
Yeah, it is.
It's literally like, I mean, to sum it up, just pretty much you have your idea, you have your product,
right?
You have an idea. I'll say come up with something clever for it. You saw I got my videos when I'm doing like almost like infomercial looking stuff.
Yeah, have
those type of ideas, have those type of plans, and tell me it'll work out.
Yeah,
it'll work out. Especially if your stuff is good. One thing I know people notice if it's good work and good quality product, that'll speak for itself.
Yeah.
Literally, that'll speak for itself.
And consistency. I look for consistency. Like
that too. Mm-hmm.
I know about some stuff from people that I probably don't even really like, but just because I see they grinding and they sticking with it, I invest, dog. Like, because I know what it takes. Creators understand creators.
That is true. That is true. We are kind of a lot of us different mindset with certain things, especially how we present things. Because I know, like, I got, and just like probably a lot of creators speak so many ideas. Yeah, even you probably like, I got so many ideas that. Oh yeah,
it might go crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just point to get them out. Your whole job is to get the ideas out.
Yeah.
So I think I saw a thing where was it DJ Jazzy Jeff said you're supposed to die empty. So every idea you have is supposed to be out by the time you die. Right. You shouldn't have nothing kept in. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what was the first thing you went hard on design wise that you was like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna put this much into it? Like,
I think it was I'll say the first thing probably the sneakers.
Okay.
Because my love for sneakers was just like, yeah. And then I was seeing what other people were doing and I had my own ideas, my own thoughts on it. So like, I should do some of this, do some of that. So when I remember first airbrushing a pair of sneakers, that's what really kind of caught like some people like, yo, you did this? Like, yeah, they were like, for real. And it was funny. I remember doing this. So to tell you the growth. So I went from a garage, airbrushing a garage, to I remember heat pressing on a living room floor with probably like a 12 by 12 heat press to, what was it? To after that to a room to a garage, and now I kind of got a whole studio room that I kind of made. And also I would advise this: if you have a brand, if you can, because a lot of people like to see the behind the scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Make your studio like your showroom too.
Yeah.
So people see like where you work, and then they actually see like, oh, this is even where I take the pictures and post the stuff.
Right.
Because a lot of people didn't even know. Like I have a kind of like a portable wall, drywall with a bar, and people were wondering. Like I didn't know how many people was wondering how I did it, and then I showed them. They were like, "That's all you got?" And I'm like, "Dude, I got this from Lowe's.
Yeah.
This small drywall from Lowe's, drilled in this little bar to hang the clothes up and take the pictures."
It's incredible when you First of all, you have to have a mind change of like set building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like creating a place for your product to live. I don't know what happened. I was watching something behind the scenes, and I was like, nigga, there's nothing. And then like my creative brain just started going crazy.
Telling you.
And it's like, man, you won't believe what you create with like the littlest things.
Telling you.
Straight up.
Telling you. Be surprised. But yeah, a lot of people didn't know that, but a lot of it had to do because the graphic design part in the school taught me how to edit real good. So you couldn't tell where I was for all you know.
Right.
So that did come in handy. So I would say, like, I mean, be honest, YouTube is your best teacher. You can learn Photoshop, you can learn Illustrator, you can learn everything. Just follow the YouTube courses.
Yeah, I'm a YouTube university, dog.
Yeah.
I learned everything.
Yeah.
Straight up. So you started with the shoes. What was the first shoe you did?
Oh, man. First shoe I did.
You was like, I'm going to do 5 pair of these and I'm going to sell them.
Shoot, not with these. These were the first pair I did was some fake, whatever brand they were at Walmart, because they were like experimental.
Okay,
so it was really just like playing around, but just the fact that somebody was like, yo, those, I just wore them around, like, well, let me just wear them around.
Yeah.
I bought them. But like some $12 shoes at Walmart, all white, look like some fake Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
Airbrush, what were they? It was like I wish I still had pictures of it. Airbrush like a, almost like an aqua, but faded into like an orange.
Okay.
On like around the whole shoe.
Right.
And wore them at work. And people were just like, yo, where you get that? And this was back when I was in Columbia. And this was people were like, yo, where'd you get those? What are the, first off, what are those? And where'd you get them from?
And this was spray paint.
This is straight, airbrush. Straight airbrush paint, yeah. And then
so when did you go to when did you start doing the dye? You was like, I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna do it with the dye.
So the dye happened probably
because that pot be cooking. I be seeing it.
Yeah. Literally cooking it in that pot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But that was probably around. That was in Charlotte. That was funny. That was like 2016, 2017, 2017. I remember seeing it's a guy, I can't think of his name now. He's on social media though, but he dyed some shoes.
In the tote?
I don't know if it was a tote.
I be seeing the
it may have been something like a tote, or it may have been like a bigger tote though.
Yeah.
Or some type of what do you call it? Like I can't think of it now. Almost like a I don't say barrel, but like not really a pot, but more like a circular type of tote, if you want to say. But I want to say he had one of those, and then I remember he got word to Virgil Abloh. It used to be that passed away, rest in peace.
Yeah.
But over Louis Vuitton.
Right.
It got to him, and they were doing a bunch of stuff together, and I was like, man, how did this dude do this stuff? So I was like, all right, let me just start experimenting.
Right.
So I just took some regular shoes and started playing around with it, dunking them and everything like that. Then I was like, well, let me see if I can add like a little gradient effect. And after some practice, voila.
So what's the trick to it? Just put the dye in there and just dip the shoes, or do you gotta?
I'll say this: it's
acetone.
Well, yeah, you do need. So okay,
no, I'm a shoe nigga too. I be watching the shoe shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
so here I give you the straight how I do it, A to Z.
All right.
So first thing you do, acetone the shoe because it helps get off the little. Usually they put like a little coating over the shoes or whatever, so it's hard to like keep colors on there and stuff like that. Acetone it, then create the dye bath. Now I use just regular. You can use regular RIT dye. Now they do have it where it's for synthetics.
Okay.
So they got the synthetics just for because no offense to Nike, that ain't probably all time real leather.
Right.
So, but anywho, get the synthetic dye. It has instructions on like how many gallons of water per dye and all that type of stuff. Do all that, mix it in there, and pretty much to get the gradient effect, I'll be honest, a lot of patience. Stick the shoe in there. Either you got something to hold it in there for a minute, or you got to hold it and slowly either push it down more or bring it out more. And the longer you hold it, the deeper the dye sets in the dye.
Okay.
So the deeper it'll stick on the shoe.
So if I got 2 colors I'm trying to gradient, and can I put them in the same pot, or do I have to separate them?
Kind of depends. Depends on the colors.
Okay.
So like some colors, like for instance, if you're trying to go from like, we'll say
blue to yellow. Yeah,
we'll say blue to yellow. If you're trying to go blue to yellow, I would say you definitely want to start off with the darker color.
Okay.
But to get yellow, you're going to have a little bit of green in there because blue and yellow make green. So it's going to kind of fade off into that yellow, but it's going to have green in there.
Right.
So I would say whatever color, like let's say you wanted the front of the shoe, the tip of the shoe to be blue. Mm-hmm. Dip that in first to however far you want it to go.
Right.
The moment you get to that level of dye you want it in, that color you want, take that out. Have the yellow one ready, the yellow bath ready. Then flip it over and do that.
Okay.
And then have part of it to get the kind of grading effect. You gotta kind of have it like the yellow would probably be partially on the blue. Mm-hmm. You gotta slowly kind of dunk it in a little bit, take it out a little bit, kind of measure it, see if that's how you want it, the level of, because it's gonna get that green fade.
Right.
But to make it so it's like lines and like dividing lines, so you see like blue then yellow.
Yeah.
You want to kind of edge it out a little bit.
That's crazy.
So it's got a lot of patience, a lot of pacing yourself.
How many pair of shoes you ruined and went through?
Actually, none.
Really?
None. They all came out like, because when I tell you I was taking it so easy and slow, like I'm like, man, I'm not gonna like rush none of this. So technically, I never really ruined a pair of shoes. And if I say maybe if it was a mistake with them, it was somewhere as an easy fix, like, oh, let me dunk them again real quick, stuff like that. So
okay, first piece of merch that did well. First piece of merch that did.
So George Floyd, when he got murdered, we'll say,
right.
Like all of America, everybody's heated, everybody's upset, wants something done. A lot of the marches and everything like that. I think it was all over the country.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I ain't gonna lie, I was in my feelings about that. Like I was heated. I was beyond heated. And I remember like, I was like, I don't know what else to do besides putting on clothes.
Okay.
So I started making pretty much what I call like, it's still actually on my website, another collection, Be Proud collection. But it started off with that. I remember the first, what was it? The first T-shirt I did it had the time of George Floyd, his death, like how long it took until he died, the actual time. I put that on. Those sold out.
Wow. I
had other ones with just black fists raised up all over the shirt. I had one that was a jersey. I remember I bought a gang load of black Nike jerseys, and it said Nike Air on the front. That was like stitched in. Took out the stitches, took it off, and I remember I put black man with a fist up on it. And I think I had the number 9, which I think the number 9, if I'm not mistaken, somebody may know this. I think it means something with like eternity or forever or something like that. And excuse me.
Yeah.
And those sold out.
Wow.
Yeah. And that whole collection actually sold out. Even I remember a lot of people, a lot of friends, U-City friends bought it.
Yeah.
Everything. Like I remember that was probably one of the first that when you get those $1,000 in sales, you like, yo, I didn't reach I didn't hit with this.
So do you make them to order or do you like just buy, like you said you bought the jerseys, do you do all the jerseys and them sell them or do you?
Yeah, well, kind of depends on which stuff. Some stuff is kind of made to order. I'll say probably like half of my stuff is probably made to order and the other half is kind of stuff I know. So it's kind of gauging, almost knowing your audience or knowing your customers to know like, oh, I know they're going to be buying this because they either you've seen it sell out, like, because I do vending as well. Okay. You've seen like, okay, they've been buying a lot of this when I vend, so I'm pretty sure let me make sure I always have these in stock.
Okay.
No matter what. And then a lot of stuff is made to order where I can quickly I already got the stock for it. So it's like for instance, there's something on a black hoodie. I already got the black hoodies.
Right.
I already got the vinyl, already got the direct to film. I just needed to get what size, boom, done.
And that's the thing. I did some UA hoodies I was selling. My biggest fear was having inventory.
Yeah.
That was my biggest fear. I was like, I don't want to get a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, okay, drop shipping. They order it, they make it, they do everything, they ship it to them. I just get my cut. I'm cool with that. And I ain't got no inventory sitting in the basement.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my biggest fear. But over time, if you make them to order or you can get them made to order fairly quickly. It's not a bad situation.
Yeah.
Because drop shipping, I ain't gonna cap, y'all be playing with the quality. They all don't look the same. You know what I'm saying? The white on colors you can see the color through the white sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what? So yeah.
Yeah. I remember I've had offers with people like company want to drop ship my stuff and I'm just like, again, I'm too hands on.
Yeah.
Like I like to it's almost like I want you to make sure y'all know I done made this thing from scratch, from start to finish, shipped it out, everything. So
yeah, it's like I want to make the pie for you. I don't want to just go to Walmart and get a Patty's pie and
pretty much say
give it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So vending.
Yes.
How important is that to a clothing brand or somebody trying to start a brand?
I'll say big importance. It helps really get your name out there. That's probably one of the, besides social media, that's probably the second, I'll say your second biggest marketing tool. Because you'll reach people that, some people, not everybody's on social media. Right. And if they are, they may not be on there like as much as other people.
Yeah, and they might not follow you.
That's another thing. So trying to get your stuff to be seen vending, like definitely, especially if it's events where you know your customers are. That's the biggest thing. But I'll say even venture off. I've learned to even venture off it because I was the same way. Like, oh, let me do nothing but the streetwear stuff and the sneaker stuff. And I found out, not saying I didn't get a lot of sales from that, but I got probably a lot more from just vending it like other festivals that had nothing to do with any of that. And they're just, because again, they just like your stuff, or they like what they see, or they like what it stands for and stuff like that. So
straight up, I never thought of that. That's definitely a good idea, vending. Yeah, flat out. I don't know if I ain't never seen nobody in Sioux Lord, man. Y'all boys better start hitting Sioux Lord, dog.
Hey,
because that's on the Saturday morning.
Yeah,
you got traffic.
Yeah,
straight up, you got traffic. So okay, the Michael Brown stuff so good.
But George Floyd,
George Floyd, damn, I said Michael Brown. Both of them.
But you know what's funny about that? I remember doing, when that happened, I remember doing artwork for that. Because I was super heated about that.
Yeah, that was the one I was heated about.
Yeah, I remember doing artwork for that. And I remember one of the pieces, I remember people, and you can see this on my social media too. I remember a couple of pieces, the one particular piece, I had people wanting me to, like, you need to submit this to the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. I did. I ain't heard nothing from them, so I don't know what happened with that. Yeah. But it's all good.
Yeah, you know, blames.
Yeah.
Flat out. Don't nobody about the paper no way. So, y'all bad.
Exactly.
But, so what was next after that? Where did your brain go to, like, okay, I got to do something else? Because I know it's hard to come off of something that's selling so well.
Well, yeah. And considering that was off of a, I ain't gonna lie, mood or a feeling as well as, you know.
Right.
So I want to say the next was the Name Above with the Jesus stuff.
Yeah.
Funny, that started because Bishop of my church in Durham, Bishop George Bloomer.
Durham, North Carolina.
Yep.
Durham, shout out to John P. Key, man.
Yeah.
Unk.
Yeah. He in one of his sermons, he said, you know, when people pay their tithes, and it usually people think it's your money and everything like that. And he said, one key, he said, a tithe is not really just your money, it's your time and your talent as well. So I was like, man, what am I doing? You know, what am I doing with my time? So like, okay, I do pray and stuff like that. But I was like, well, talent-wise, no, I'm not doing, like, he didn't gave me the gift, but I'm not doing nothing. So I remember literally, and hopefully it's going to be too spiritual for a lot of y'all, but.
It don't matter. This is my shit. I mean, my stuff. Yeah, you finna be triggered like nigga. Don't forget them. We here. But yeah,
you got it. But I remember literally praying about it and was like, Lord, you know, I'm trying to create something to use my talent for. But just, you know, I'm lost. Like I'm coming up with like the ideas I came up with, like a bunch of scriptures. Now, mind you, nothing wrong with that, but it was like a bunch of scriptures here and there, crosses and stuff. Yeah. And it was
one thing about artists, we don't like trendy.
Yeah.
We don't like trendy. Like we don't like doing what everybody else is doing. We try to come left field all the time. We got to be new. We got to be fresh.
No. So I remember literally praying about it, and something told me you just put Jesus, period.
Right.
And I was like, all right. Developed the font for it. Was like, okay, let me get a nice little font or something like that for it. Did that, put it on there, and that's when it was.
Yeah.
And it was interesting only because I remember when I first did it, I think I did a number of like white on black and black on white or whatever, like hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, stuff like that. And I remember the first time, nothing really sold for real. Like a couple of people bought stuff. I say like 3 people may have bought something, and that was it. So like, all right, that wasn't a whole lot, but okay. But then again, it comes back to the keep going, perseverance, just keep going. If this is really your passion, stick with it. Trust me, it's gonna all work out. And I remember I did another collection for it that did in different colors. Well, fall colors, I should say.
Okay.
That's when stuff started like picking up.
Right.
And then when I was married, because I am divorced, but I was married, I remember the wife at the time, she was really trying to promote it. And I'll never forget, she kind of gave me some jewel or gem. And I remember she said, because I never had models. Right. It was always just the clothes, you know, with a white background or something like that. Yeah. And that was it. She's like, oh, you need to have some models. I'm telling you, that's because, you know, some people, what I found out is people don't know how to dress. or don't know how to dress themselves.
They don't.
Like literally, they need like an example or something.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Yo, I remember made one for the spring collection that was like a mint green and had Jesus in purple." And I remember she was like, "Oh, that matches my purse. Yo, I'm gonna rock that. Take some pictures of it." And she literally just put the sweatshirt on, some blue jeans, some heels, and held that purse. And it was just like, I don't know if people just like, aha, like that's how you wear it. Man, next thing I know, it was like sales.
Straight
and I
up.
was like, what? That's all I needed to do.
You was like, yeah.
That's
I
all I
nigga was
needed
on
to
phone
do.
like, yeah, hey, look, I need some models.
Yeah, bruh, like it
Yeah.
was on for since then, and then that's when the whole infomercials came, the commercials and all that stuff. Was trying to think of like extra trendy ways to do stuff and catch people's attention, and also bring recollection to Christ. So
Yeah.
went from there.
And it's still going hard.
Man, still going hard. I just dropped a collection early Christmas, but you can get on my website now, MICAHPatton.bigcartel.com. And Jesus, I got Jesus in the Grinch fur, looking like Grinch. I got Jesus in candy cane. I got this in hoodies, this For God So Loved the World hoodies. You see it all on there, every color. I did it to like mimic like crayons. So funny thing is, I really made this whole collection was for the youth.
Okay.
Because I remember being in church, and no offense to my mom, she used to give me like the little church wear and stuff like that. Not your dress up church stuff, but like almost like here's a t-shirt, but it's for Christ. But it just be lame. It was just lame as I don't know what.
They had no style.
Yeah, nothing. So I was like, well, let me come up with something simple that the kids will wear. And I remember, of course, most of the sellers are adults, of course, like buyers, I should say, customers. So I remember thinking like, man, how can I get this more to the youth? So that's what started doing more. Let's do some more campaigns and stuff like that. What's funny was I never really saw or seen, I can't say I knew who it was out of all the orders, but I never really saw too many people, because I used to tell people like, yo, when you buy something, wear it, tag me in it so I can post it and this and that. So all I saw was either people I knew or adults and stuff like that. So I'm just like, man, this really ain't getting to the youth. Until a couple of phone calls and a couple of text messages and emails where I never get this. I remember having one friend of mine hit me up like, yo, you got that Jesus, you had like a purple Jesus hoodie. I think it was either white or red. I can't remember. But you had it on your website. It's not there no more. You still got that hoodie. And I was like, nah, it's sold out. But I'm thinking like, did something happen to it? Like, did the vinyl of the thing came off? Did it messing up or something?
Right.
And they're like, nah, it's all good. My kid took it. And I was just like, your kid took it? They're like, yeah, I can't find it. They always got it on. They always wearing it to school. They always got it on, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, really? Second time, almost the same exact thing. Yo, my daughter took my hoodie. You got another one I can get?
Right.
Because it matched my J's and this and that. Like, I mean, I can, and sometimes I'll kind of make one just to feel sorry. Like, yo, I can make you one because I still got the supplies or I still got it. So I'll still make you one. But it was just crazy that I was getting more hit ups for that. Like kids are wearing it, just not really posting that they wearing it.
Right.
And that's what had me like, oh, so they were all wearing it. Okay, cool.
Exactly.
So, but then I remember, it's crazy, a lot of stories. I remember I had two friends. One was a coworker, one went to college with. And I remember they both bought one. And apparently they saw each other at the mall. Didn't know each other.
What?
But it was one of those moments like, I don't know if you remember the Spider-Man meme where they be pointing around each other. She said it was like one of those moments. Like Lily, she saw her, she was like, hey.
Right.
Next thing you know, both of them hit me up at the same time. Like, yo, I saw somebody that had on your Jesus. I saw somebody that had on your Jesus. They're like, oh, that's what's up. She's like, yeah, we ended up having lunch and everything and blah, blah, blah. And
wow.
I'm like, wow. That's like, wow, okay, that's what's up. So yeah, it's just been stories. Heck, even Greg, he told me he had the black on black Jesus, which was, I ain't gonna lie, that was my best seller. Black on black.
The black. How do you make the black stand out on black on black?
Dude, it just does it on its own, man. It
really?
does it on, yeah. It does it on its own.
Wow. Man.
Only reason I say that because he literally used to him and his girlfriend. I don't know if they're still together. I believe they're still together. But his girlfriend, they both told me, they were like, "Yo, whatever you got going with this," she was like, "Wherever we go, he gets stopped.
Yeah.
Like no matter what." And I'm like, "Really?"
I mean, Jesus him.
I mean,
he him.
Shout out to the Lord.
He him at the. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Lord. Yeah.
People gonna be like, oh,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, but yeah, it's been a whirlwind with that. It's been interesting. So, but I got some new stuff coming that's really out the box with it. That's not your normal. Like you ain't gonna catch like your normal just hoodies and this and that. So I got some stuff I'm working on. So
that's what's up, man. In doing my research, I saw Jessica in the merch. I ain't gonna say her last name because I'm gonna mess it up. The boxer.
Yeah.
Didn't know she was from St. Louis.
Yeah, so
I didn't know that until I started doing my research. And I was like, dang, I don't know about her. Like, she from Louis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how did that come about?
Long story. So funny story. So Jessica, that's like family.
Say her last name so they can get it.
McCaskill.
McCaskill?
Now she recently got married too.
Okay.
So it's probably Ramos, but so shout out to Rick and Jessica.
Okay.
But yeah, it was McCaskill. She goes by McCaskill though, during the boxing world. But funny story. So and you probably already know some of her story, homeless and everything like that.
Right.
So they were so my parents, our church had branches in other cities. One was Belleville, Illinois.
Okay.
And that's where they were actually living. And their mom, brother Justin, my homeboy, and they had another brother, Jonathan. Well, actually another brother than that, but he wasn't there at the time. I believe he was living somewhere else, like Texas or somewhere. I can't recall. Jessica, if I'm wrong, sorry. But their family lived in Belleville, where my parents were actually ministers at the church.
Okay.
And pretty much grew up. Like, I remember Jessica when she was, I don't know, maybe 10?
Oh, wow.
9, 10? Yeah, she used to play with my sister and stuff like that. Spend the night and all that type of stuff. Like, yeah, they were like family. It's pretty much family.
Wow.
So, yeah, when she got into boxing, it was crazy because never would have saw that coming from her. But
that's why I was gonna say, how she get into boxing?
Got into boxing and was killing it. I've only saw her fight one time. Funny, I saw her fight in Maryland where she won. I think that was her second belt she won in Maryland at the MGM. And yeah, she always been a big supporter. But like I said, we grew up together. So it was like, that was like family, yeah. Like, she's been to, I'll put it like this, she's almost to the point, like, she got a key to my mom's house. That's how close family. Okay. Yeah, like, literally, she can come over anytime.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so, yeah.
That's dope. Let me get your top 3 brands. Of course, you know what I'm saying, yours being number 1.
Yeah.
Let me get your top 4 then.
Top
you
4
won
brands.
3 after you. That you like as far as like basically style, presentation, marketing, like
gotcha.
Everything.
Woo. Man, most of the brands I like are kind of a lot of people I don't know of, so I'm gonna probably put them out there.
Okay.
So one of my favorite brands, a lot of people may know, but may not. Lemons on Fire. Okay. Big fan of their brand. My homegirl Lavencia, her brand, I actually worked for her brand in Charlotte, Citizens of Heaven. Okay. Kind of was the same basis with me, my one with the Jesus stuff, but we're different though. But her stuff is dope. Lemons on Fire is dope. Citizens of Heaven is dope. Who else? To kind of get some brands that's a lot of people probably know. I'll say I'm still a big fan of Supreme. Okay. They're probably not as popular as they were, but I think I liked them back when they're not as popular, because when they got popular, it's like now it got hard to get. Yeah. And their stuff wasn't as hard to get, and it was related to the street and skate culture, so which is where I'm come from. But I'll say probably Supreme. Then I'll probably say Off-White because of Virgil. Yeah. Because he kind of said a lot, like considering he went to school to be an architect. Yeah. Nothing to do with fashion, and made it to Louis Vuitton is amazing.
Yeah, that's always amazing to me. Like, I watch the stories of, like, people who went to school to be lawyers and are, like, working for the biggest firm in the world, and they quit to bake cookies. Yeah. It's like, wow. Yeah. Like.
And then be successful with it, too.
And then be successful.
Yeah, be like your cookies is fire.
Like, what? Like, what? Like, you wasted time being a lawyer, but everything happened. Yeah. How it's supposed to happen, man. Yeah. What's your process into designing a new product? Like, you go to sleep, you wake up, and you think of it, and you like, oh, let me do something.
Gotcha. I would say first start off with probably an idea. Now I would say I'm a little different from a lot of people. A lot of people sketch out the ideas and they'll draw it out and how it looks and stuff like that. Maybe even make it into like a graphic image to really get the detail and everything. I actually have to make the product. Right. So like I'll literally design something, draw it out, get the colors and everything like that. Considering I'm no illustrator, I'll either make it into a graphic image, then either send it to somewhere like heat transfer vinyl to make into the direct to film, or I can do it myself. Then I'll do it myself, put it on it. So I got a lot of stuff that samples, that like a little locker or whatever, a little bin that's full of like samples that either didn't make the cut, thought it was a dope idea, but nah.
You still got the samples?
Still got, yeah. I got a lot of, I'll be honest, I got a lot of samples of custom sneakers, especially Aggie sneakers. I'm actually trying to get rid of them because I'm like, yo, if y'all wear a size 8, 8.5. Straight up? Yeah, you can buy them from me. You can have these because I'm not going to make them. So you got one of ones. You got one of ones.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I probably have, out of all the sneakers, I probably have 10 pairs of sneakers that will never see the light of day.
It's not because they bad?
Not like it's I messed up on them, but more like I ain't like how the design looks, and it may be something small like
that only you care about.
Yeah.
The average person probably be like, these fire.
Yeah, so it's really like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
you might have to put that stuff in some safes or something, man. You know what I'm
maybe.
saying?
Hey, maybe so.
Them gonna be gems, man. Straight up. What? So. How the Aggie stuff be selling in North Carolina?
Aggie stuff sells tremendous. All my Aggies.
I got you.
Yeah. Let me do all the little signs.
Yeah,
all the signs. Yeah, let me do all the signs. Love y'all. They support. I'm gonna put it like this. After going there, I couldn't imagine being at any other school.
Really?
I couldn't imagine. When I tell you the Southern hospitality, which is what sold me and my mom, the Southern hospitality is like through the roof. I'll tell anybody, you come to North Carolina, they gonna treat you like family. Wow. Like literally be like, yo, like I'll never forget band camp. It's funny, that story, that time at band camp.
Right.
I'll never get band camp. Mind you, I ain't know what sold there. And I remember I want to say it's like maybe the third day of the first week. So mind you, I know the guys in my section, and I know the other guy like Derek, who's actually, like I said, came in with me, Rick, who came in with me, but one really like I'm an introvert really at heart, so I'm not really talking too much. I'm kind of trying to feel everybody out, and I never forget. I want to say it was the third or fourth day. I remember, mind you, I was eating in the cafeteria, kind of like by myself,
right?
Like everybody else chilling, talking, they knew each other before, and I'm kind of at a table by myself, trying to hurry up and eat, learn the music, all that stuff. And I remember this one time, I consider him like big bro, Maurice Hamilton. Shout out to him.
Okay.
Love him. That's like big bro. I'll never forget, he invited me to the table with other people because he's from the area.
Right.
So he knew some people that was already there. I remember he invited me to the table, sat down, and I remember that's when it just like finally got pretty much made friends. And it was, he pretty much was like, yo, and then the story of, yo, where you from? Somebody said you from St. Louis. Like, how you find out? And then I'll tell the whole story, the Slam magazine story to them. So but I would not consider the band, the even people I've met outside.
Yeah, the relationships.
Band, just the relationships, friendships. It's crazy because it's almost like I'm so proud of it only because it's almost like me, I do the clothing, everything like that. But then it's like crazy. I know I got friends that are lawyers, friends that are doctors, like surgeons. Then I got friends that work, with financial stuff, the financial advisors and stuff like that. So it's just crazy the level of friendships. Like, if I need advice on this, I can go to them. If I need advice on this, I can go to them.
Right.
Need advice on here, go to them. So crazy. But I would not take it back from them.
Yeah, the network. That's a lot of the reason that people. The number one reason people say go to college is the network. Yeah, you never know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Everybody on one mission, and that's just to graduate. But even though those things might be different things, but the network is real. What so you get the product, you make the product, and you have to see it on a piece of a shirt, a hoodie, or something before you can approve it.
Me personally, I gotta like literally visual. Like I gotta touch stuff, so it's like I gotta touch it to know, like, this is what I want, or this is how I want it to look. This is what I see it for.
How do you find a good quality blank?
Depends. There's different weights to everything. So how do you want it to feel? Because I've had people that don't like, not saying they don't like it, but they would say like, oh, I love your hoodies, but they're thicker than what I would like. And they want them thin or they want them thicker.
Right.
So it just depends. I mean, there's many companies where you can get wholesale stuff for thicker. Heck, even, what's the prime? Jiffy shirts.
Okay.
They got different levels. Like one brand like Gildan or Jerseys, they can have different thickness. Like they'll have one that's like 5 ounces, 6 ounces or more. So just depends what quality you're looking for.
People be trying to trash Gildan. Is Gildan a bad brand, man?
My opinion, no. They came up. Now, I will say back in the day, they were kind of really, like, I will say their sewing or stitching was not the best of quality. But I'll be like, over time, they're a lot better than what they used to be.
Gildan got better when they stopped being in the gas stations and liquor stores.
Yeah, that part.
Once they took them shirts out of there,
That part.
it was like the quality changed.
That part.
All of that. I don't know who they got over there, CEO or who on the team, but they switched it up.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah. To me it's pretty good. I still use some of them.
Yeah, because when they was in the gas stations and liquor stores, they was trash. I ain't got to you. You watch that thing, it fit your son the next day. Boy, I promise you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what's your ideal feel
As far as
material?
oof.
If you could print on one thing the most, what would that feel like? Would it be a hoodie? Would it be a t-shirt? Would it be thick? Would it be thin? Like, what makes a product feel good? Which one would you?
I'll say that kind of depends, but I'll say hoodies. I'll say the prime #1 request or the #1 bought thing on my website is probably hoodies more than anything.
Man, ain't nothing like good.
But that's what I'm saying.
Man.
I think it's just the comfort.
Yeah.
I say I like personally I like my hoodies probably like medium weight, not too heavy, not too thin.
Yeah.
I'm not really fond of thin hoodies.
You can't rock a thin hoodie.
Yeah, I might as well be in a t-shirt.
You rocking a thin hoodie, you a serial killer. Stop it. Don't do that. That's not right. You can't, no. Flat out, it's not good. You might as well get a long sleeve t-shirt. That's what you need.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need a hoodie, cuz. Get a long sleeve t-shirt. But you know what? These kids are a different breed. They wear them in 100-degree weather.
You know what?
I don't know how they wear hoodies.
My son is a member of that, and I never get. One time I remember dropping them off, and I was like, "Yo, how y'all be wearing these hoodies?" Like I'm talking about not even just hoodies. Like some of them even had like down coats on.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Yo," and my son said, "Promise," and he said, "Yo, it's so cold in the school, you gotta have this on." So he was like, "By the time we get outside, we don't even feel the heat. We still cold." And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "It's freezing in the school." He's like, "I don't know if they got it like negative something, wind chill, whatever." He was like, "It's freezing."
Man, that don't make no sense to me. Ain't no way.
So
Mama gonna let you leave that house with that hoodie on, and it's 90-something degrees outside. It ain't happening with us.
Yeah,
it's not happening with us. All right, man. What's next for the brand, man? What you got coming out next? You got spring collection.
So let me get everything together. So I got, and funny, I actually got a fashion show that I'm actually debuting in. First time doing this.
Okay.
First time doing this.
Okay. Where it's gonna be at? Let them know.
Yeah, so it's gonna be actually Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Okay.
It's a fashion show to honor abuse victims.
Okay.
So people that have been to domestic violence.
That's hard.
Stuff like that, yeah. So I'm debuting a collection there. February, I'm gonna be vending at Legacy Fest.
Okay.
Which Ty Tribbett actually will be headlining, so you'll probably see a lot of the Jesus stuff there.
Okay.
And then the next collection is Good Friday, which will be this Jesus collection, which you know what? I'll give you a little sneak peek. It's imagine Jesus crosses with Wayne's World.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll leave it at that.
That's a wide cast.
Yeah.
It's this forecast, but I'm kind of trying to put it together.
So just think of Wayne's World, the movie.
Okay.
For those that know the movie, think of Wayne's World, and then just imagine Jesus.
Yeah.
So
that Ty Tribbett gonna be lit.
Oh yeah. They already.
If Ty Tribbett wears some Jesus, I don't know. You ain't got enough arms.
So he already has.
Oh really?
So shout out to Mook.
Okay.
Who got? So I got cool. I think I got cool with her on social media.
Oh Mook.
Yeah. It's got cool with her on social media. She sings and everything. So she would actually sang with Ty Tribbett before.
Oh, so she can sing.
Oh yeah. So she can.
Yeah,
he
not taking no.
She got pipes.
You're not gonna be no caroler.
Yeah.
Singing with Ty Tribbett. We don't want carols.
Yeah. You're not hymning. You're not doing hymns.
You got to sing.
You got to sing. Yeah. So she actually she used to rock a lot of my stuff too, and she actually sent one to Ty, and Ty wore it several times. To the point it was crazy only because I have a homegirl that goes to a church. FaZe, shout out to FaZe. She goes to his church, and me and her been cool for years. But anywho, she goes to Ty Tribbett's church, and I never forget. I didn't know, I don't know nothing. I'm not paying attention too much, and that's she hits me up like, "Yo, this on social media. Ty's wearing your hoodie." So I'm like, hold on, what? And they're like, hold on, it's Sunday. He preaching in it or something? Like, is he singing in it?
What?
I flipped to his channel, YouTube channel, whatever. He straight up got the hoodie. Next thing you know, she be like, yo, his daughter got on the other one. So now I didn't see her because the camera's more, focused on him. But she's at the church seeing it all. So she's hitting me up like, yo, you done made it. You done made it. I'm just like, hey,
that's crazy.
I'm just blessed. But yeah, shout out to Mook. Shout out to Sharon Ann who sings too. She was actually, you can see this on my Instagram. She's actually worn stuff on stage with Ty Tribbett. She got a full fit that I made on stage singing with Ty Tribbett.
That's
she was part of it too. Yeah.
So you gotta have a lot on deck when you.
Man, I'm preparing for that.
I heard a clothing designer say you got to give away. I don't know if it was 50%. You give away 50% to sell more. So give it to influential people so they can rock it and they have it on, and once people see it with them on, people will buy it.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I can't say I've given away 50%. I don't think you need to do that.
Right.
But you do have to give some away.
Right.
You're gonna have to give something away because a lot of these people have no problem rocking your stuff, but it's kind of like an exchange.
Yeah.
Here's the free gear, and then here's the free promotion.
Right.
Out of it. Because it's a book by Mark Echo.
Okay.
Called Unlabeled. And
legend for y'all kids. Y'all don't know.
Mark Echo. He mentions it in the book. Like he literally talks about how when he first started, he said he sent a fit to a DJ, and he said hoping the DJ one day shout him out, and he's lo and behold, one day he did. Like, shout out to Echo, give me this free gear. He's like, that's what took him up too.
Okay.
So I will say you do have to give some stuff away. How much? That 50%? That I'm not doing that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. I can't imagine giving half your products away, and then that's wild.
How many pieces make a collection?
That depends. That's really up in the air. Maybe personally, I would say probably anywhere from 5 to 6.
5 to 6.
Some people may say less than that. To be honest, that's kind of not really a straight number.
Right.
But I would say to really have a good idea of a collection, to say it's a collection, I would say 5 to 6.
When are the full hoodie suits gonna go out of style? Because it's gonna end soon. Because it's been around for a long time, and I see a lot of people still producing them. I had somebody tell me, "Dog, you need to make the UA gear the top and the bottom." I'm like, y'all niggas didn't buy the top. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna give you the bottom for?
That I can't blame you on that one. Like, yo, why am I gonna do that if you ain't banned it? Yeah, that's smart businessman. That's right there.
Like,
that's being wise. But
I know fashion fades and it goes in waves.
Yeah, that's hard to say. Cause I put it like this. I think with fashion, a couple of things. So streetwear is not like how it is when we grew up. Right. But you also got to remember, since we older now, some people stay with rocking that type of era. Like Jordans ain't never going out of style. Right. Chucks will never go out of style. Exactly. Air Force Ones will never go out of style. Yeah. It's going to be like how like my dad didn't really wear a lot of sneakers, but he wore like dress shoes around. Now it's getting to the point you seeing people, 70 years old, 60, 70 years old wearing Jordans now. Yeah. Because that's what they grew up wearing. So to really say, kind of hard to say if it'll ever die. As far as it being kind of like in fashion, that I don't know, because it flips around so quick.
Man, it's like you wake up and it ain't cool no more.
Yeah, like 1 minute I remember everybody wearing the slim fit and those jeans and pants, and next thing you know, everybody wants everything big baggy again and stuff like that. So it's like
we got people replacing that whole collection because y'all always want to change the fashion up.
Exactly. Gotta get rid of the whole closet.
Straight up, man.
Be honest, just keep your stuff because it's gonna come right back around.
Yeah, man. I want to announce it here, man. Bibbs is coming back. I don't know when. The one shoulder, they coming back. I don't know when. I don't know how. I bring it up to my mind. I went to Murphy Lee birthday party at the bowling alley. His daughter had on some Bibbs. And I was like, damn hard. Like, that's my era. Like, what? 1 over?
Yeah.
Come on. They coming back.
Yeah.
Straight up,
It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. Same with remember people used to wear vests like with everything?
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back.
It got to come back, man. Look, my man brought me some gifts.
You know I got to.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you.
You know I got to.
Let me unbox it for you. Oh, Lord. It had to be North Carolina, too. It had to be the colors.
Yeah. Gotta be the colors.
I'm going to have to give me some Columbias now.
I was gonna say, you needed 11s for it.
Flat out.
11s for it.
Oh, my God. It's hard. 2-3 on the back.
Yes, sir.
Like this t-shirt feels so good, man. Like, how do you find this stuff, man? See, that's me drop shipping. I need to stop drop shipping. I need to be going somewhere I can actually feel.
Yeah, you got to feel it, man.
This hard. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give me some
Appreciate it,
man.
Appreciate it.
Straight up. How much you charge? Y'all need to send him some Air Forces so he can customize them for you. You got the hat too. You know what I'm saying? The hat will be below soon. I gotta wear it first though. You got the flower on the side. How you? Don't tell them how you did that. We ain't gonna do that. I'll let that. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. How much you charge to do the shoes?
Kind of depends what all I got to do. So, you can, you got the Instagram Micah at MICAH Patton. Just hit me up, DM me. I can give you anybody a quote. Just kind of depends on what they want.
Yeah.
Like, am I doing the whole shoe? Even doing the sole? Am I dyeing it? Am I doing this? Am I doing it? So it kind of depends on what area you want or what direction you want the shoe to look.
So you would actually paint it too?
Oh yeah, I can paint
with the what is it called, Angelos.
Yeah, Angelus. Yeah.
Angelos. Watch it.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, Angelus paint. Yeah. Angelus leather paint. Yeah.
Straight up, man. It's good seeing you, man. Thank you
always,
for coming through, man. I'm gonna have to come down to North Carolina, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to get the feel. I've been to South Carolina, but I ain't never been to North Carolina.
Bro, you gotta come. You gotta come. There's every time somebody comes. In fact, even people that went to college with, they know it's a fast food place called Cookout. Mm-hmm. Bruh, they got like shakes. I ain't ever. First time I remember coming there, they had like a whole menu. Half their menu was just shakes. What? Like different, like pineapple, strawberry, all that stuff. Like watermelon shakes for the something like crazy.
Fire?
Yes. Yes. Then the burgers be fire. Like when I tell you homecoming, when they come down for homecoming, that's the first place everybody try to go.
Popping.
Yeah, like literally, we got to go to Cookout. I got to go Cookout before I leave. I got to Cookout when I get there.
It's like White Castles for people.
Bro, yes.
Out the range.
Which I need. And some emos. I need some emos.
Oh, yeah, dog. You got to get them in, dog. Yeah. Classics. You had some Chinese food?
No, shoot, I need that too.
Oh, man.
You to me now. And a St. Paul.
You had to take you home a doggy bag, dog.
Yeah, bro.
You going to have to be ready.
Be on the plane with it all. They're going to be like, no, sir. Can't come on with that. And I'm like, nah.
Straight up. Tell them where to find you at, man. Tell them where to shop again.
Yeah, you can find me at MICAH Patton, MICAH PATTON. Just make sure you don't misspell it. That's my social media website. Same thing, MICAHPatton.bigcartel.com.
Straight up, man. Make sure you follow Urban Access on all social media platforms and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my guy.
Yes.
Get ready for the new collection.
Yes.
Be blessed, be good. We out.
Elaborate.